Hello, NBA fans. Every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I ask for your help by subscribing to the channel and giving me your thumbs up. Buffkin caught the attention of the NBA world with remarkable, high-level performances. In the 7 games he played in the G League regular season, his offensive impact grew even more, averaging 28.7 points per game, shooting 54% from the field and 39% from three-point range. His combination of aggressiveness, creativity, and consistent shooting rekindled interest in the prospect that many saw as a possible 3D-type player in the pre-draft process. The Lakers decided to act. The front office signed Buffkin to a 10-day contract, giving the player the opportunity to show that he can contribute right away. At the same time, this offers the Lakers a rare chance to assess whether one of the team's biggest needs, a perimeter defender who is also efficient from three-point range, can be met internally, without having to make a trade before the transfer deadline. This short contract could be transformed into a longer stay and, as a bonus, relieve the pressure on the front office for external reinforcements. The Los Angeles Lakers roster is sorely in need of a boost as the team has been struggling over the past month due both to injuries and poor play overall. In particular, the perimeter needs some help in the wake of Austin Reeves' injury, and the team just not getting enough from the other guards on the roster. Someone who has been shining in the Lakers' G League affiliate has been Kobe Buffkin, a former first-round pick of the Atlanta Hawks in 2023. And with his stellar play, the Lakers have decided to sign him to a 10-day contract. Buffkin didn't get much of a chance to showcase what he is capable of in 2 seasons in Atlanta, appearing in just 27 games and averaging just 5 points in 12 minutes per night. However, he has been a star for the South Bay Lakers so far this year. In 7 games during the G League Tip-Off Classic, Buffkin averaged 24.7 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 3.7 assists while knocking down 43.1% from three-point range. Those numbers have only gotten better in the G League regular season as he is averaging 28.7 points, 5.4 rebounds, 5.0 assists and 1.6 steals while shooting 54% from the field and 39% from deep. This is a great opportunity for a young player in Buffkin as he is still just 22 years and has shown a lot of potential. The Lakers' three-point shooting has been an issue all season long and Buffkin is a player who can help in that regard as well as another player who can create his own shot and facilitate for others. If he can also provide a boost defensively, he could potentially stick around long-term. It's also a low-risk move for the Lakers who can get an even more up-close look at what Buffkin can potentially provide for this team on the big stage. And coincidentally, should Buffkin suit up on Tuesday, his first game will be against the team that drafted him in the Hawks. The Lakers are up against the first apron of the salary cap, which is why it's only a 10-day deal for Buffkin. LA is roughly $1.1 million below the first apron hard cap, and Buffkin's 10-day deal will take up around $100,000 of that. Report ad. If he impresses though, they will eventually be able to sign him for the rest of the year. JJ Redick says poor three-point shooting has been theme for Lakers. There are many different areas Kobe Buffkin can potentially help the Lakers with and perhaps the biggest is outside shooting. And head coach JJ Redick made note that the Lakers' shooting struggles has become a theme for this team this season. Lakers hit with bad news on 3-and-D trade talks. The Los Angeles Lakers continue to scour the NBA trade market for a 3-and-D wing who can stabilize their rotation and elevate their championship ceiling. But as the February 5th trade deadline approaches, the league's marketplace is proving far less forgiving than the Lakers might prefer. According to multiple reports, the Lakers' pursuit of a starting-caliber wing defender has stalled not because of a lack of effort, but because of a lack of leverage. Lakers trade assets limit pursuit of impact wings. The Athletic's Dan Woik recently outlined the central obstacle facing the franchise. Potential trade partners want young players and picks in deals, and LA's young players don't have value, Woik wrote. That leaves them with one first-round pick to dangle. That lone tradable first-round pick, in either 2031 or 2032, is the Lakers' most valuable asset, and the front office has shown no appetite for using it lightly. Woj added that if the Lakers do move that pick, it will be for a difference-making starter rather than a bench upgrade. That conservative stance has limited LA's flexibility in negotiations, especially in a market where teams increasingly demand premium packages even for non-all-stars. Andrew Wiggins, Herb Jones trade talks go nowhere. The Lakers have explored a number of wing options over the past several months, including Miami's Andrew Wiggins, New Orleans' Herb Jones and Golden State's Jonathan Kuminga. None of those discussions has produced traction. In the offseason, the Heat sought more than just Rui Hachimura in a potential Wiggins deal, according to Clutch Point's Anthony Irwin, a price the Lakers declined to meet. Jones represents an even steeper climb. Let's start by talking about Jones, a player who so obviously would help the Lakers that it makes sense that they've checked on his availability, Woj wrote. Guess what? So have a bunch of other teams. And whether it's posturing or genuine, the Pelicans have shown no interest in trading Jones for anything less than a Desmond Bane-level haul. That reference is telling. Herb Jones' price set by Desmond Bane blockbuster in June 2025, the Memphis Grizzlies traded Bane to the Orlando Magic in a blockbuster deal in June 2025, sending the sharpshooting guard to Orlando in exchange for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, for unprotected first-round picks, and a future first-round pick swap. That deal reset the market for elite two-way perimeter players, and effectively priced the Lakers out of the Jones conversation. Without multiple premium picks or blue-chip young players, the Lakers cannot credibly approach New Orleans at that level. Jonathan Kuminga requires three-team solution. Golden State's Kuminga may be more attainable, but only structurally, not directly. NBA insider Jake Fisher reported that the Lakers' interest in Kuminga is real, ongoing, and increasingly constrained by the Warriors' demands. The Lakers are continuing to look at all options on the 3 and D wing market right now, and they're not finding many, Fisher said on Bleacher Report's Insider Notebook. So, of course, Jonathan Kuminga is on their list. But I think for either team to get him, they're going to need to find some type of three-team arrangement. That's because Golden State has been explicit about what it does not want. Golden State has made it very clear they have no interest in Sacramento's Malik Monk, Fisher said. And I don't think the Warriors want to move Kuminga for some combination of Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt and Maxi Kleber. The Warriors are also reluctant to absorb long-term salary or downgrade rotation quality during Stephen Curry's remaining championship window. That impasse is why a third team is likely necessary, one capable of supplying either the draft capital or the high-end rotation player Golden State seeks, while absorbing the Lakers' less desirable contracts. Trade market reality leaves Lakers in holding pattern. For now, the Lakers are left waiting. They have identified their need. They have canvassed the market. But they simply lack the currency required to execute a deal without jeopardizing their long-term future. Unless a seller softens its demands or a third team emerges with the right combination of assets and motivation, the Lakers' search for a 3 and D wing may remain unresolved, not for lack of ambition, but because of a league economy that increasingly favors the patient and the powerful. In this trade season, the Lakers are neither. Why do the Lakers want Isaac Okoro? Per Evan Sidery, the Los Angeles Lakers have checked in with the Bulls on Isaac Okoro. Okoro signed a 3-year, $38 million deal with Cleveland back in 2024 and played a big role on their 64-win season last year. However, the Cavs dealt him to Chicago in the offseason in exchange for Lonzo Ball, where he is now starting for the Bulls. He's averaging 8.6 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and 1 stock per game. The Los Angeles Lakers are currently the 5th seed in the West with a 23-14 record. They have a top 10 offense but one of the worst defenses in the NBA. On some nights, even when Luka Doncic and LeBron James stuff the stat sheet, they come away with disappointing losses against some of the worst teams in the league. They're currently on a 3-game losing streak and are missing the offensive production of Austin Reeves. Which is why they're looking to bolster their depth and have their eyes on Isaac Okoro. In return, the Bulls could potentially get a matching expiring contract and maybe Dalton Connect. Dalton hasn't been as good as he was in his first run in LA before the failed trade to the Hornets. Since then, he hasn't been able to replicate that shooting touch, But maybe a change of scenery in Chicago is exactly what he needs. What would the trade package look like? Not a big package and financially, not too much wiggle room. But here is what it could look like. Trade 1, Gabe Vincent plus Dalton Connect for Isaac Okoro. Bought Trade 2, Maxi Kleber plus Dalton Connect for Isaac Okoro. Both trades follow the same basic principle, connect and matching contracts for Okoro. For the Bulls, I honestly do believe they should pull the trigger on this deal. Okoro hasn't been that great in Chicago. He's had some small spurts, but if he still has value, and can also free up some money for the Bulls, they could build a decent team around Giddey and Buzelis in the offseason with pieces that actually fit around them. But again, Chicago has to actually follow through. Trades follow the same basic principle, connect and matching contracts for Okoro. For the Bulls, I honestly do believe they should pull the trigger on this deal. Okoro hasn't been that great in Chicago. He's had some small spurts, but if he still has value, and can also free up some money for the Bulls, they could build a decent team around Giddey and Buzelis in the offseason with pieces that actually fit around them. But again, Chicago has to actually follow through. DeAndre Ayton's future turns doubtful after ex-Lakers star reveals Luka Doncic evidence. It was the blistering stare that started it all. LeBron James shot DeAndre Ayton the coldest stare during the game in Sacramento yesterday. Right after he was taking responsibility for the big guy's lack of touches. Now Ayton's inconsistency has struck again and the critiques are dogpiling. Someone who's had the chance to play LeBron and Luka Doncic on separate occasions added on the criticism. And to think this all started at a bench with Luka. After James' viral stare, Markieff and Marcus Morris discussed Ayton's future on the Morris Code. They were surprised that the Lakers invested in him at all. After Marcus said that the Lakers should trade him away, Markieff goes as far as to say that the Lakers will be Ayton's last stop. After a disclaimer that he's not critiquing, he reveals a lesser-known incident. I sat on the bench, Luka, whoever, and we watched Ayton play in Portland. Some of the he was doing, we couldn't believe. And Luka was sitting right next to him. We're looking at each other like, what the F is that? Now his comments are a bit open to interpretation. Markieff played for the Dallas Mavericks before they traded him and Maxi Kleber to LA with Doncic on February 2, 2025. That offseason, Doncic scouted DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart to meet his needs on the defensive end. From Markieff's comments, it appears that Doncic noticed Ayton when the Mavs played against the Portland Trail Blazers. Seemingly, Doncic and Morris were not impressed by Ayton. But Markieff was definitely surprised the Lakers went and got the Blazers reject. I'm already in my head knowing when they got Ayton. Oh, that's not going to work. Because first of all, he don't play hard. This is not new criticism about Ayton. And fans are starting to lose clarity on the big man's purpose within the team. DeAndre Ayton's fit with Luka Doncic is called into question. The Lakers apparently and very quietly cut Markieff Morris in the offseason, around the time they signed DeAndre Ayton. Markieff is not in the locker room right now, but he's got his connections to it. Only an episode ago, he was praising Ayton for breaking up the Luka Doncic and Dennis Schroeder fight before it got worse. Ayton's those good moments, like hosting team dinners, go along with the low-scoring and injury-ridden nights. It gets worse that the Lakers have won as soon as Ayton left the floor with an injury. In the preseason, he claimed he didn't need to be the main scorer. Then in 2026, J.J. Redick says Ayton is frustrated by the lack of touches. Ayton also claimed, bigs can't feed themselves. That earned LeBron's sympathy and fans' ire. Referring to this moment, the Morris twins claim that Ayton is not a sacrificial big, and he doesn't mesh with Luka Doncic's style because of that. After Ayton vocalized his frustrations, Doncic and James included him in the offense. And he had some very productive games. He had a double-double 13 points and rebounds each, against the Kings. But he's had empty moments on the court. Clips of him not going for a board or not making the effort to block a shot started filling the internet. His passivity in the post became the lightning rod for criticism. In the second quarter against the Kings, James stared at Ayton grimly. That look seemed to tell Lake Show that even he was tired of Ayton's lack of energy and effort. Fans, like the Morris twins, were convinced that it meant Ayton's career in LA or in the NBA altogether is over. If Markieff is to be believed, Ayton is not a good fit in the Luka-centric offense Bron and the Lakers are building. That leaves the looming trade deadline a timer on Ayton's time in LA. The skilled JJ Redick says Rui Hachimura is among one of the best in the NBA. The Los Angeles Lakers are about to have a front-loaded schedule that will take them through the month in January, and as a result, the team made the decision to cancel game day shootarounds. The Lakers will get some help in the lineup though with the return of Rui Hachimura, who had been dealing with a calf injury. For Lakers head coach JJ Redick, Hachimura's return comes with skill the team needs. "He's our best catch-and-shoot guy," Redick said following Lakers practice on Sunday. "He's one of the best guys in the league." When Rui Hachimura was still with the Washington Wizards, he had the ball in his hands more often, but with the Lakers, he's had to adapt to a more off-ball role. When he was first traded, it was playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Now, it's James and Luka Doncic. The result? Hachimura is putting up some of the best shooting percentages of his career over the past couple of seasons. His shot attempts have gone down since his Wizards days, but his efficiency has been better. For him, it's just a testament to his work. "Since I got traded here, especially playing with LeBron, AD, and now Luka, those guys are gonna get a lot of attention, get double-teamed, so that's the kind of stuff I've been working on since I got here," Hachimura said following Lakers practice on Sunday. "That's my favorite thing to do right now. So just keep doing that, keep working on it, and that's gonna be my thing." Prior to the Lakers' loss to the Sacramento Kings on Monday, Hachimura had missed 6 consecutive games due to the calf injury. He was scratched from the injury report against the Kings, but did not play. Redick acknowledged that Hachimura was only going to be available for one game of the back-to-back stretch, with him making his return against the Atlanta Hawks on a restriction of 18 minutes. He's appeared in 27 games this season at a little over 32 minutes per game. He's been averaging 12.7 points and 3.8 rebounds with splits of 52.1% shooting from the field, 44.5% shooting from the three-point line and 75% shooting from the free throw line. His field goal percentage and three-point percentage are both the second highest marks of his career. Hachimura will initially come off the bench upon his return due to his minutes restriction. Jake LaRavia will continue to start at forward for the time being. Lakers trade idea brings back $66 million fan favorite, two-time NBA champion guard. It's time for the Los Angeles Lakers to take control of their immediate future by trading for a valuable win-now asset. The 23-14 Western Conference team is slowly falling out of championship contention, which should prompt it to make a swift roster adjustment. In an interesting trade idea created by the Athletic's Dan Woik, the Lakers would bring back a 6'6" fan favorite and NBA champion shooting guard. "I've spoken with people around the league about a deal similar to this, with the Lakers sending out expiring money for Caldwell Pope, who has a proven past as a postseason difference maker," Woik wrote Monday. "At this stage, he's more solid than anything else, and because of the $21 million player option he has for next season, a team might grab an asset or two if it helps Memphis get off some cash. I like the general idea of a trade like this, Caldwell Pope and 2 second-round picks to the Memphis Grizzlies for Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleber, with one big caveat, I'm not sure a second or two is worth eating into the cap space I'd preserved for the summer, when I'd have up to 3 first-round picks to acquire a player into that space." Caldwell Pope has the luxury of stating he played a pivotal role in helping a LeBron James-led franchise capture an NBA championship. In 2019-20, Caldwell Pope, known for his useful 3-and-D ability, contributed 9.3 points and 0.8 steals while shooting 46.7% from the field and 38.5% from long range on a Lakers squad that went the distance. Since leaving the Lakers in 2021, Caldwell Pope's production has been up and down. The Georgia product is averaging 8.5 and 0.8 steals while connecting on 41.1% of his field goals and 35.6% of his triples with the Memphis Grizzlies this season, which should be considered a down year for the former first-round pick. Still, considering Caldwell Pope has an impressive track record in the big league, and the Lakers must find another two-way wing target after striking out on Herb Jones, a reunion could soon become a reality for the franchise.